Hey guys, how you doing? I'm so sorry that it's standing room only and we sold the theater out. I apologize to everybody standing in the back, everybody on the sides. So, how you guys doing? Now listen, man, if this were like a Sting concert or U2, you guys would be all down front, it would be packed. You don't have to be hiding way up there. What's up, my bald brother? Come down here closer where I can see your face, man. Come on, Baldy, we'll put our two heads together.
Hey, you know what? You can stay there if you want to stay there, sir. It's okay. We're gonna let it go. But just because we have a few amount of people doesn't mean we can't make this thing awesome.
We're gonna have a great time. Matter of fact, I think what we should do is lock the doors, and we're just gonna have a rave in here for like the next 3 days. How does that sound?
We're gonna do it in your German voice. We're gonna force people to have fun.
Yeah, welcome to dance. Welcome to Sean's dance party.
Yes.
Would you like to dance with my monkey?
If you do not have fun, we will force you to have fun.
Oh, you are going to enjoy yourself. Yes, sing it, please. My name's Sean. This young man over here is Jesse. Get the monkey. Let's do this. We didn't even plan that disco lights thing. I don't know who's doing the disco lights up at the top, but thank you very much.
We're doing this whole thing in the disco lights.
Oh, that's like that band Rammstein. Du hast. I don't even know what that means. That song scares me.
Alles klar.
Oh, I love those.
This is beautiful. We're doing this in our German accent.
I love it. This is wunderbar. Das gefällt mir. What's going on? What the hell are we doing? We're here talking about storytellers? You just give us a couple of microphones and we just start going crazy.
It's fun. I just got the
We could do.
Why don't we do this one in German? Anybody here speak German?
No.
Spricht jemand Deutsch? Wir können das nur auf
We could
Deutsch
do it
machen.
like a political press. Like.
You interview me and I'll answer everything in German. How's that sound?
We can ask you the burning question of the day, which is, are you both going to be going to Heavy D's wedding?
I cannot comment on that situation right now, but I will advise my people and get back to you as soon as possible. I did not have sexual relations.
Listen, I'm having dinner with Heavy D Thursday night.
Sucks for you.
Storytellers got nominated for a reality TV show award. So we're going to the award show Thursday night, and I'm having dinner with that guy, and I am not looking forward to it. You know, it's gonna be like one long night of just boom. I'm an idiot.
What was the last female that was here that did this panel?
I don't know why.
I'm just saying because we could auction off this long hair from whoever this person was.
I'm gonna start the beginning at 5 pounds. Give me 5. I'm a 5 pound better now. I'm taking it down to 20. I'm gonna run about it at 30. Now 35, but it's at 40. Got 40 back on the 45 pounds. I'm 45 now. We don't even know whose hair this is, but we're assuming it's someone that's really famous because we're at 45 pounds.
I brought it from America. It's a piece of Donald Trump.
It's actually one of my hairs. It's one of my hairs from back when I had hair. Here we go.
Vintage. What are we doing here again?
We're just having fun.
Oh, we better let you do your thing. Go ahead.
I don't mind letting you guys go, frankly. It's great. But welcome to both of you anyway, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us, everyone.
Thank you very much.
So, what is it like for you guys to get to travel the world and not just only talk about storytellers, but have such a great laugh? Because the panels I've done with you, it's hysterical.
I'm sorry, you think we have good lives?
No, good laugh.
Oh, good laugh. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant a good life. I'm like, no, he has a horrible life.
It's terrible.
He lives in Preston.
Preston?
Next door to Blackpool.
Blackpool. It's my people.
Yeah. Dude, we do actually go through life having a laugh. It's fun.
Well, here's the thing, too. Getting on TV and stuff is a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, it's you know, when Storytellers US was on, there's a huge cast. You know, there's a lot of different people. But now it's just us. We're the last two. We're the last survivors. But at the end of the day, I think we've realized we're on a show about storage units. We're not curing cancer. We're not solving like the world's problems. We're just having a good time, hoping to entertain you beautiful people, and you know, just trying to make a quid or two along the way, I guess.
Yeah, this is like a dream come true for me. I was doing stand-up comedy in San Diego, and I was a stand-up comedian at night. I had my own comedy club, and then during the day, I would do auctions, and I kept looking for my own TV show idea. And one day, I was doing a storage auction, and these two guys got in a fist fight. And I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! This is a TV show. This is Antiques Roadshow meets WWF." So my very next auction, I paid a friend to bring his video camera and we videotaped it, and we took that to LA, and that became Storage Hunters, and it's in 138 countries. And so now I get to do what I love. I get to like make fun of people, which I would do at my comedy shows, and I get to do auctions. So it's like the two things I love doing, and it's great. And then also, because I came up with that show idea, I've come up with some other TV show ideas. And I sold a show to National Geographic, and I sold 2 shows to a channel called Wealth TV, and I have a brand new show that I'm working on here in the UK that I'm trying to get sold, and Jesse created a show, and it's coming out on Quest on October 19th. It's called UK Treasure,
Nope.
American Gold,
Nope.
British Treasure,
Yeah.
American Gold,
Hashtag VTAG.
and he gets in his Trans Am and he goes all over the UK getting antiques and stuff. And then his family, they own a huge antique mall back in California near Los Angeles. So he takes everything back to the US and sells it. So I think we're just living the dream, right?
Yeah,
Having fun.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm waiting to wake up, to be honest with you.
Not me, I don't ever want to wake up.
Well, I'm still drinking my scotch, my morning scotch. So. I had my haggis, my black pudding.
I like the way you're videotaping this.
My-
Like you're gonna go home and watch this.
My,
Right? It
my
was like,
Can I talk about my breakfast this morning, please?
please.
Yeah, talk about your haggis. I'm gonna start over. Black pudding.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interfere.
I had a big pile of thing. I think it was haggis. I don't know what it was. It was light brown. And I had a sausage in the shape of a square, and 3 shots of scotch. And that was my breakfast.
Did you really have scotch for
Yeah,
breakfast?
why not? I have to get culture. I gotta understand the culture here in this beautiful country. My original motherland is being a part of the McClure clan. So, why are we here again? What are we doing? I forgot. I'm sorry.
And it must be kind of nice as well for you, Jesse, because you've got your own app as well. And that's
I do. Yeah. It's another fun thing that I have. Storage King. Yeah, check it out because I am the king. Yeah, that's a bit of an ego tickler, isn't it? But yeah, check it out. It's a fun little game.
I also like that because you've gone on from being a part of Storage Hunters, and now Sean just said you've got your own show, so there's more pressure on you now than maybe there was when you were on Storage Hunters.
Absolutely. You know, it's one of those things where when you're in an ensemble cast, you can always point the finger at someone else that's, you know, fatter than you or uglier than you and just say, oh, you're a terrible human being.
Does that exist?
Oh, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. No, not really. But, you know, as an ensemble cast, you can always, you know, say collectively we're not doing a good job. But with this show, it's all me. So if it does well, it's all me. And if it does horrible, it's all me. So it's one of those things you gotta, you know, put yourself out there and hopefully people enjoy it and it works out. And if not, then I guess I'll be going back to digging ditches on the side of the motorway. I don't know. I'm down with whatever, so.
And Sean, what's it like for you? Because before you pitched Storage Hunters, you were just stand-up comedy. Now you're able to go and pitch a whole plethora of your ideas.
Yeah, man, which is awesome. I mean, because Storage Hunters is sold to 138 countries around the world, so now people, because my first 2 TV shows that I sold didn't do very well. One of them was called Laugh Out Loud with Sean Kelly. People didn't laugh too much. That got canceled after 7 episodes. But my second show was called The Big Biz Show, and that did 104 episodes. And Storage Hunters has done 137 episodes. So now people are like, what's your next idea? So I've been taking my ideas around, and so it's exciting because I think I'm gonna have a couple good shows coming out. My next one that I want to do is because I love doing the buying and selling stuff like we do on Storage Hunters. But I also love, I'm a news junkie. I love news. I love bloggers, video. I love all these people that are going on to YouTube and doing all this crazy stuff. So I think my next show might be in that. Well, I know for a fact it's in that genre. So I'll keep you posted.
It must be kind of surreal for both of you because storage hunters now, certainly in the UK, there'll be whole days where it's shown back to back on TV channels. So it must be kind of surreal to know that they have like storage hunter weekends or storage hunter days.
I think there's even like a best of Jesse, which I don't think I even win an episode. I just go around punching random people in the face for 30 minutes, which is crazy. But I think the other thing too, and it might be for you too, is because like I like watching American Pickers, which is on Dave, and then like I'll do something, I'll look, and then I'll see my face, and it's kind of weird because I don't like watching myself. I don't have the ego for it. But not to mention that that was my heaviest was when I was on Storage Hunter. So I'm looking at them like, who's that fat guy? That's me.
I haven't watched half the Storage Hunters episodes ever because I see myself on TV and I go, oh man, I'm an idiot. But it's hard to watch yourself. You know what I mean? Like the reason why I came up with the idea for Storage Hunters, when I told you I saw that fight break out, and I thought, yeah, this is Antiques Roadshow meets WWF. I thought this is the kind of show I would like to watch, and I do. I really love. I think it's fascinating to see what people that you could pay one price and you can dig through there and you might find some kind of cool treasure and that you could sell on and make a bunch of money. I think that's awesome. I love any kind of show that shows people that you can basically start with almost hardly any money at all, but if you're willing to work hard and take some risks, you can make some money. And I've always been a big believer of that. I had this weekend, can I share a quick story?
No.
You mind if I share a quick story? I had this weekend when I was 19 years old. I was stationed in Boston, in Massachusetts. And it was one of these moments where I realized that as long as I've got my health, I would always be able to make money and do well. And this guy said to me, he goes, he was a bit older, and he said, do you want to play an entrepreneur game over the long weekend? And it was 1989, and the phrase entrepreneur hadn't really been around that long. I was like, what's that? So he goes, well, I was in the Army at the time. He goes, we'll leave the barracks with just our driver's license and no money. And we'll see how much money we can make over 4 days. And I said, yeah, but I go, if we won't have any money, I go, how will we eat? He goes, yeah, now you're getting the idea. I'm like, well, where will we sleep? And he goes, yeah, now you understand. I go, so we just leave the barracks for 4 days and we can't come back and we just see how much money we can make. And he goes, yeah. I said, all right. So the first thing we did is we went dumpster diving. We jumped into trash dumpsters and we pulled out cans and bottles.
This is like most people's time at uni.
Yeah, that's right. So we went into dumpsters and you can get like 5 or 10 cents for each can or bottle. And we've got a bunch of those. While we were there, we found some old Army uniforms. We found like used CDs. We cashed all that stuff in. We hired a guy with a van to take us around to more trash cans. We took all that stuff, cashed it all in. Then we took that money, we went to the store, we bought a Polaroid. Do you guys remember Polaroid cameras? We bought a Polaroid camera, 2 train tickets, and we went into Boston. We stood outside the Cheers bar. We took pictures of tourists for $5 a piece on the Polaroids, because this was before anybody had a cell phone, right? It was 1989. And we sold those, and then that night, we slept in an all-night coffee shop. The next day we woke up, we went through the newspaper looking for a business opportunity. We found some guy selling t-shirts, $1 a piece, a whole storage unit full of t-shirts that said, I Heart Boston. We went and bought a bunch of shirts. We sold the shirts and the Polaroid pictures. By Monday, we had made $3,500, starting with 0. And that made me realize, holy cow, I mean, you could be have no money whatsoever, but as long as you're willing to work hard and you're willing to jump into some trash cans to get started, you can make money. And I think that's when I first got bit by the entrepreneur bug. And that's why I've always been in love with this idea. And I've always wanted to share the idea with young people that it doesn't matter if you come from a poor family. I came from a really poor family. We had no money at all when I was growing up. I've been living on my own since I was 16 years old. But that didn't stop me from becoming a millionaire, and it shouldn't stop you. I mean, if you're willing to work your ass off, you could do amazing things in this life.
Same kind of thing with me. I got into Storage Hunters. When I first got on, I was sleeping on my mom's couch. I had nothing. So yeah. It's the same kind of concept.
So that, if I could tell, if there's any teenagers or young kids in the room, if I could tell you anything, the thing is it doesn't matter if you come from a poor family, it doesn't matter what your education is. I didn't go to uni. I've been living on my own since I was 16. I had a really, really rough go of it. I served over in Iraq. I got wounded when I was in Iraq. I came home. I was really kind of depressed. But the thing is that if you work hard and if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish amazing things. And for kids, I think it's important to know that. It doesn't matter where you come from, you can do anything you put your mind to if you just want to work hard enough. That's a serious part of the program. Let's go back to the German dance party.
German dance party, please.
Any questions?
If you have questions, stick your hand up and I'll come around to you. So this gentleman here.
We're having this little serious entrepreneur. So,
I just realized I had a large coffee
and you just dumped half of it?
Yeah.
And it was cool, that's all right.
Just wondering, in terms of storage hunters, do you think it's actually the epitome of a get rich quick? As in, you can have a couple $100, get into a storage unit and come out with like $10,000 worth of work.
You can, but it's like gambling. It's like going to Vegas and gambling. So like if you were to come to one of my storage units, to one of my storage auctions, right? Here's what I always tell all my new bidders. Don't go up against the guys that know what they're doing. You can't play that game. What you gotta do is you gotta buy the units that nobody wants. But they don't show you on TV. When I do a storage auction, right? I'll sell maybe 100, 120 units in one auction. They only show you 5 on TV. They only show you the ones that everybody's fighting for, right? What I tell a new bidder is if you go to any auction, when you come to one of my auctions, any auction you go to, buy the stuff that nobody else is bidding on, that you can get dirt cheap. Because then you've got a pretty good chance of turning a profit margin. You may not make a huge profit margin, but if you buy a storage unit for $5, and if there's $200 worth of stuff in there, and you make $195, and you come back to my storage unit, the next storage auction the next week, and you buy 10 more for $5, and you keep doing that, you're gonna just keep making money, making money, making money. And then, so that's what I always
No, and you're exactly right. And I think the people think, oh, how does he know the price for everything? Oh, he magically knows the price. Well, I've been doing it since I was 12, so for going on almost 20 years. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be 30. I've seen the same things 10 times over.
Yeah, you see a lot of the same stuff over and over again. And then another thing they don't show you on the TV show is that in between scenes, I get on my phone and I Google or I go onto eBay and go, what's that? And then as soon as the cameras come back on, I act like I'm an expert. Well, that's going to be 1,275 pounds. but that's what I was going for on eBay.
But also people, like, a lot of people want to get into it. A lot of people want, how do I get into it? And what I tell people is, don't buy things that you're not interested in. Only buy things that you like. Because at the end of the day, if you fail, you're stuck with a bunch of stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And the first thing that I get into the most is video games, arcades. And at one point I had 30 in my house, in my garage, and spread out. And I'm like, I need money. What am I gonna do with all these arcade games?
You know
Play them. That's what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like having, 1,000 pottery dogs. What am I gonna do with these? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever kind of trash that you think you can flip for a quick buck,
My very first business that I had was selling used uniforms. It was, I don't know if they do it here in Scotland, but in America, like the person who delivers the, Pepsi and Coke and all that stuff, the guys show up in like a uniform. Do they do that here where they wear like or do the beer companies, do they wear uniforms, the delivery drivers or anything? Well, in the States they wear uniforms, and you can buy those used for a nickel. So for 5 cents, you get 3 pairs of pants and 3 shirts, and they've got like those cool Coke little patches on them, or the beer company names and stuff. I used to buy those for a nickel a pound, so I'd get 3 pairs of pants, 3 shirts for 5 cents. And then I would sell the pants, 3 pairs of pants for 5, you guys don't call them pants. Trousers, sorry. That's a different, pants is different here, right?
Use pants.
Yeah, I just realized you guys what you're envisioning is that they're seeing me selling underwear. Right?
Use underwear.
Trousers. And I would sell 3 pairs of trousers for $5 and and the shirts for $1 a piece. So I'd take 5 cents and I turned it into $8. And I would go to the car boot sales in Arizona where I lived, and most of the people would come up from Mexico. So I don't speak Spanish, but I learned just enough Spanish to sell my trousers and my shirts. I'd be like, pantalones 3x5, camisa 3 por trabajo $1. And they come up to me and they start speaking Spanish. I go, oh no, sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I just knew that.
Grande gato en mis pantalones.
Oh, you guys know what he just said? He said, I've got a big cat in my pants. When you're from California like us, you learn to speak Spanish.
Yeah. Any other questions for the How to Get Rich Quick in America panel?
I was going to ask, Jesse, what, of all the things you bought, what was the hardest thing that you ended up having to try and sell after the show?
I'm incredibly ambitious. Like, I will try to sell anything I possibly can. And if it's difficult to sell, I want it even more so. And it's a big fault of mine, because I think I can do anything.
And it is a fault, because I do the opposite. I learned early on, years ago, I used to think that, oh, I'm a good salesman, I could sell anything. I could sell ice to Eskimos, right? And then I realized, no. You gotta go with what people are excited about and what they want. So if you can go in and buy something cheap, and then you can turn it around and it's what people want, then you're gonna do great. But you gotta kind of have your finger on the pulse of what people want, what's right, because otherwise you could lose a lot of money.
Yeah, so I'm still young enough where I think I can make mistakes and learn from them. But the most recent one was, I did a pick from the Santa Barbara Zoo, and they had to get rid of a carousel.
Who gave you that lead, by the way?
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Right? And I said I'd sell it for them, but they're like, just clear it out. I'm like, what am I gonna do with the carousel? A full-size, big old carousel. I'll give you $500 for it. Just threw out a random number because I knew how much it really was worth. It was worth about $15,000. And they're like, yeah, come get it tomorrow. I'm like,
It was cool too.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was super rare.
I used to do charity auctions for the Santa Barbara Zoo to raise money for them every year, and I was going up there and doing their charity auction, and they said, hey, do you want to auction off our carousel? And I'm like, it's not really something I do, but I got a buddy who's got an antique mall that might want it, and that's how he got it.
And it couldn't fit in the mall, so I had to put it in my backyard. So I had a full carousel in my backyard, and I put it, I was listing it, and I had that thing for almost a year sitting in my backyard, and I was trying to sell it so hard. And finally, I found a guy who bought it for $5,000, but it almost wasn't worth it. So it was a 10-bagger for me. I made 10 times my money, but having a carousel in my backyard and trying to explain it and clean it every single week was just like a nightmare. So I do stupid stuff like that all the time.
That doesn't sound stupid to me.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's just a burden, sometimes, and you can start hoarding, you can get out of control, and it's a hot mess.
How many people here, if you could go to an auction and try this for a living, would want to actually try it? Oh, like half of you. Oh, that's interesting.
Who thinks this is the dumbest idea ever and just wants to stick with what they're doing now? Good answer.
Oh, okay. All right. Just only 3 people think it's the dumbest thing ever, so that's good.
That's good.
That's good. I'll tell you, if you've never been to an auction, you should go. I mean, there's auctions happening every single day, everywhere. I mean, I'm sure all over the place. So, I mean, you don't have to go to storage auctions are harder to find, especially in the UK. Even I've had a hard time finding places that are willing to let me come in and auction their stuff off.
Dude, and that's the great thing. If you're a Storage Hunters fan, and if you're so many people see all the episodes, try it once, okay? Try it once. Go in with my style of bidding to an auction here. Any kind of auction, not a storage auction. An antiques auction, whatever. And that's what I do on my show. And just intimidate the hell out of everyone else. And it totally throws them off. I bought amazing stuff for nothing because people get so freaked out when you're just in their face and going, $500! Like, sir, we're in England, it's dollars, or it's not dollars, it's pounds. $500! And people are like, what is going on? Okay, 500 pounds. Once, twice sold. And you buy, I bought like 3 or 4 slot machines, vintage 30s and 40s slot machines for next to nothing, and I'm making $1,000 a go just because you intimidated the buyers. Not saying fist fight with 80-year-old lovely British women, but sometimes
it sounds like fun.
It is fun. It's a great time. But be creative. Don't be another face in the crowd. You gotta find your niche, whether it's being a little aggressive or finding something that no one else has bought and sold. Just give it a go.
I'm doing an auction in London in December, right next to the British Museum, and I'm going to be auctioning off vintage Viking jewelry. And I did this auction last December, and it was my first time going. And they have another full-time auctioneer. They just brought me in to do 2 hours of the selling. And I got there, and I thought, when's the auction going to start? Because this guy's like, all right, £100. Do I hear 125? £100. now 125. I'm like,
Thank you.
how do you stay awake? and then I got up there and I'm like, I'm sorry, and everybody in the audience was like, what is happening?
See these old men in the
I sold 240,000 pounds worth of jewelry in 90 minutes. And the guy that owned the auction house, he was like, you're brilliant, mate. I'm like, not really.
Good times.
But yeah, so I'm doing this one, it's for a company called Timeline Auctions. And they're at timelineauctions.com. So if you look up their December sale, and if you guys are going to be in London, you guys should come check it out. Do you have any other questions?
I'm loving your British accent, by the way. It's very good.
Yeah, man. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you mentioned like the 130 plus countries it shows in. What is it like watching them and then seeing your voices redubbed in a foreign language?
My French accent, my dubbed over French voice is so awesome. And my German one's really good and really angry too.
You know what's funny about You know what's funny in Germany is that I speak fluent German. I used to be a German translator for military intelligence. That's what I did when I was younger. Before the two Germanys reunited, I was a German translator. And I went to German school, graduated from a German school. My wife used to work for the Central Intelligence Agency. So that's my background. So to see myself on German TV and then to see me dubbed over into a totally different German voice, I called the German network up. I'm like, look, just let me do my own German voice. And they're like, what Mr. Kelly, do you really speak German? I'm like, yeah, I speak fluent German. Oh yeah, you speak German. I'm sure you do. You are American. And I'm like, nein, ich spreche fließend Deutsch. Ich bin in Deutschland aufgewachsen. Oh my God, you speak German. That's what I'm telling you. They still wouldn't let me do it.
The Italian version of Star Hunters is really good.
Oh, I met some Italians here they were working here at Comic-Con this morning, and they were all excited because they watch it on a channel called D-Max. They're like, oh, Sean, how you doing?
Americans think all Italians speak like this.
Yeah.
It's a meatball! This is a spicy meatball! Mario, Luigi! Where's the princess?
Where's the princess?
I made it up on the fly, by the way. 2 random names. Just made it up.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is sadly all the time we have for.
All right, man. It was nice meeting everybody.
Give them back to my
All Oscar awards, sold your way.
Anyone who wants to get punched in the face after, come see me.
And you can't go.
You're punching people in the face for free?
No, for donations for charity for kids.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll kick you in the balls for £5.
And they can be found in the autograph areas over in the main hall area, and I believe Jesse has his Trans Am, which you can have pictures taken with as well. And it is on October 19th, I believe, your new show, and what time is it?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. on Quest for Jesse's new series. Don't forget you can watch that, or you'll be able to watch British Treasure, American Gold at 8 p.m. on Quest on October the 19th.
October 18th on Dave Celebrity Storage Hunters. 41 UK
Watch my
celebs.
show on the 19th.
Shut up. 41 UK celebs came on. They all had to agree to give their profits to charity.
I have got
people
purple
like,
hair.
shut up. I've got Johnny Vegas. Shut up. I've got Ainsley Harriet.
Wow.
Janet Street Porter. I don't know who that is. Charlotte and the other girl from Geordie Shore. And a bunch of other people. Storage Hunters, October. Shut up, it's over.
October the 18th, Storage Hunters, the Celebrity Edition.
Shut up, Jessica.